I'm not gonna go live
Hello,
until.
this is Jason with Geek News, cast episode 10. I am joined by Max and Philip as always, and today we have special guest Steven. Say hello, Steven.
Hey,
Steven is a pretty quiet guy. Tonight's cast is going to run slightly different than last Thursday's. We decided to more or less keep our Monday format because so much news has been happening that, yeah, we don't want to miss anything. So yeah, the first order of business is we're gonna touch on the WB announcement again. I know me and Max ranted about it for 7 minutes yesterday, but it's such big news that I know Philip would probably like to weigh in, and other things happened after our cast that I figured it was worth talking about. So this is what's happening. Marvel just announced that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in Captain America 3, so DC decided let's trump it. So you know, um, sorry. Um, so yeah, DC makes their announcement. Marvel has another announcement coming in 2 weeks for the 75th anniversary of Marvel, and yeah, so it's rumored that after Marvel's next announcement, DC is going to announce the solo Batman films because they want to trump that as hard as they can, and nothing trumps anything Marvel has to say than announcing Batman and Superman films. So yeah, that's my prediction. It's coming after the big, you know, Marvel announcement. Philip, you weren't on this cast yesterday, so what are your initial thoughts to the DC lineup?
so kind of excited. I mean, we'll have to see how it all pans out finally. Um, but I mean, I guess beyond that, kind of cool where they're going. But I need to see the first one before I know if I care about the rest of the lineup. To be honest, because Batman v Superman could be awesome, but then what's going to happen if they're trying to link each one together, and if they make missteps? That's where my question really is at this point. But I think the ideas that they're going through, the movies that they're choosing to select are interesting. I I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Awesome. Steven, you're new to our group. So what do you think of the DC lineup of movies? Are you surprised to see a Cyborg movie on there?
Cyborg, possibly, depending on who they get. They've obviously already got The Rock coming in, playing Black Adam for the Shazam movie, so he would have been a pretty nice Cyborg if they could have got him. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll have to see what happens after Superman versus Batman. Um, yeah, I'm with Philip. I think we'll have to see how everything pans out after this next one in order to see where they go from there.
Yeah, you bring up The Rock with Shazam. Shazam doesn't come out for 4 more years. There is no way The Rock is sitting out for 4 years in this universe, especially since they've already announced him. So I'm sure The Rock is going to pop up in one of these other movies. But yeah, Batman v Superman is apparently so tied to Man of Steel that everything that happens in Man of Steel directly affects everything that's happened in Batman and Superman. Lex Luthor and Batman or Bruce Wayne form an alliance based on this, this guy that's come to Earth. The rumor is they're being manipulated by Brainiac. So, I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this all ties together, and I hope it's good. Max, do you have any thoughts that we didn't touch on yesterday?
Um, that they better release like 35 Batman movies. Did I say that already? Yeah, I just want to see Batman. Is all. That's all I want to see. I mean, they can release all the other DC movies if they want to, and that's good fun. But yeah, come the end of the day, it's all about Batman. Everybody knows that. And we said it was weird that they didn't announce any Batman films, and so I'm just yeah, I'm waiting to see 6 to 7 Batman films within the next 2 months. No, it's good. I mean, we'll see how they do. I just really hope the DC can manage what they got going on.
All right, I agree. Anything else, guys? Well, more on the WB announcement was that Will Smith, Tom Hardy, Ryan Gosling, and Margaret Robbie have been announced for the Suicide Squad.
Hmm.
I mean, Tom Hardy, I think, is a great actor. Ryan Gosling, I think, is a good actor. Will Smith, if he can get over himself and actually, let himself be directed and not put Jaden in this movie. We don't need Jaden in this. Let Jaden go make Karate Kid 2, 3, 4, and 5, whatever he wants to do, but he doesn't need to be attached to his dad's franchises. There's a reason we all liked Will Smith. We want to see that. We don't want this, jaded guy who's way into himself because that's no fun for anybody. I mean, the crap he pulled on the Men in Black 3 set, what he's doing with Independence Day 2, he just needs to calm down, let the movies start making fun movies again. Yeah, this casting, Max, you're a big Suicide Squad fan. What do you think?
No, that's good. I'm down. I'm interested to see who they cast everyone as. Will Smith can be in there, and if he wants to be a little Madonna and throw hissy fits or whatever, then I guess that's his right because he's Will Smith. That's Fresh Prince we're talking about. So just have a little respect. And I think if he wants to have Jaden in there, he's earned it because this is the Fresh Prince we're talking about. But no, the casting's good. Ryan Gosling, Tom Hardy, these are all good actors, solid actors. So I'm interested to see who they announce as the villains.
Philip?
So it's definitely, I mean, it's intriguing, but again, it's what you both have said. It's who's who. I like the actors. I think they'll be talented, but again, it comes down to, so Ryan Gosling's, actually, pretty much all of them have made bad movies, so if the writers are terrible, it may not matter how good the actors are. Well, I guess, I don't know, Tom Hardy might be the exception. I have to actually look into his. So for the most part, I'm kind of intrigued, but again, it's Warner Brothers hasn't proven anything to me yet. I mean, it's so until I see Batman v Superman, I don't know how they can keep announcing, casting people, and all this. I'm like, what happens if that flops? Are you going to now pay all these actors? Well, hey, we signed you. Like, no, we're done. We've ripped it up.
There's no way.
Warner Brothers is all in. AMC Movie Talk yesterday, they announced that Warner Brothers' advertising budget for the first 5 years of the cinematic universe is $2 billion a year.
Oh, God.
$2 billion. They're all in. This universe is happening. Like, I mean, that's the same thing Marvel did after Iron Man came out, so,
Yeah, but Iron Man came out.
Yeah, but Iron Man was, I know. But, hey, Man of Steel was really good, in my opinion. I know Max shares that opinion with me.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, so
Destroy all Metropolis? I'm down.
Steven, your thoughts on this announcement or Man of Steel?
Man of Steel or Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad, I mean, yeah.
Suicide Squad I don't actually know a whole lot about, so this is going to be kind of like how Star Trek was rebooted for me. I didn't know anything about Star Trek. I had a clear mind going in, and then as soon as I saw it, I was pretty much instantly in love with it. So I guess I've got that going. And other than that, I mean, yeah, the villains have to be pretty good, I suppose. They could do something kind of like what, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy did, sort of, with all of them, how they all meet, and as long as they don't screw that up and don't try to focus on everybody's individual story too much, I think then hopefully it should be pretty good.
I expect to see Ben Affleck's Batman at some point in that movie.
That was going to be my question.
Okay, so yeah, I just want a big fat Amanda Waller. That's all I want. They gotta get a big fat Amanda Waller. She's got to be huge. They don't call her the Wall for nothing. Okay, Arrow let me down. They let me down, and I just want to see. I want to see her done right. And the Suicide Squad. I think they're gonna probably go with Tom Hardy for Deadshot. Deadshot's got to be. He's like the only one who has to be in it. So. I'm interested to see whether they go Tom Hardy or Ryan Gosling for Deadshot, and carry it from there. But there better be a big fat Amanda Waller, or I am not on board.
Nice. I mean, so that was going to be my question: is how does this fit into the universe? Do they even have plans? Have they said?
Yeah, this is their universe, from my understanding. This is their.
So just an expansion. So I guess the dark side of it.
So yeah, Batman v Superman, you get the heroes because they're introducing Aquaman, they're introducing everybody in Batman v Superman because the events at the end of Man of Steel bring these heroes to Metropolis to help clean up. So my guess is with Suicide Squad, you're going to meet the villains of this universe to some extent.
Yeah, I think it might be a precursor to Legion of Doom.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna meet a lot of nasty characters, and then you're gonna meet a lot of their friends. So I think this is the half step towards the Legion of Doom. At least that's what I'm hoping for. That and a big fat Amanda Waller.
I think that would be a good move on WB's part, because then it wouldn't be like they're copying Marvel. They're actually trying to introduce their own group of villains, right? And actually build them up and make them really interesting characters. So that part makes it a little bit more intriguing. Yeah, I like the hopeful thoughts.
That would be a really low-key way to kind of get it in there. And, like I said before on the other podcast, like I would love to just have a straight Legion of Doom movie. You have your first Justice League movie, and then instead of Justice League 2, you have Legion of Doom. And I think that would just be amazing, and no one's ever done anything like that. So, we'll see how they do. And of course, since it's a half-decent idea, they're probably not going to go that way.
We'll see. It all sounds good. If you're listening to us live, please send us in any questions you have.
Joe, how's it going, Joe?
We've between the four of us have seen a lot of the television that's out and probably a lot of movies. So any questions about even stuff we're not talking about, send it in, and if we have any information, we will answer it. Anyway, moving on to the next subject, another part of the WB announcement yesterday was that the new Harry Potter prequel, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, will actually be a trilogy. It's being directed by the guy who directed Harry Potter 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in all intents and purposes. So, I enjoyed the Harry Potter movies. I just saw them all very recently. I liked the darker ones better than the lighter ones. So I mean, same director I'm in. I don't know anything about this book. Apparently, it's based on the textbooks in the school. It's being written by J.K. Rowling. So yeah, I'm interested. Max, are you a Potter?
I read all the books. I was not a fan of a whole bunch of the movies. I did like Prisoner of Azkaban. I love Gary Oldman. So anytime I can catch him in a movie, I'm down. But not the hugest Harry Potter fan. I didn't watch pretty much the entire back end of the Harry Potter movies. I did not watch. But sure, why not? I'm down. Whatever, do it.
Nice. So I enjoyed the Harry Potter movies. I actually tried to go and read the books. No, couldn't do that. They were okay. They're not enough to keep me interested, and I was like, oh, this is pretty much at least the first book. I heard if I get to the later books, it doesn't copy the movies. So the first book I was trying to read it, I gave up.
The movies don't copy the books.
Well, yes, I reversed that. But yeah, exactly. That's how it feels. But because usually your books will be different, right? They'll have a lot more detail, a lot more. Yeah. But the early books didn't. But I guess that's because she wrote them for a much younger crowd at the time.
Yeah.
As far as the new one, I mean, it'll be interesting. I have no information about it, so I would actually like to know more about where they're gonna go and what that is. I mean, to know if I'm gonna be interested in watching it, but I'll have to wait until I see a preview or hear more about it. Or because has the book come out? Do you know, Jason?
No. I don't think is she making a book for that. I don't know.
Oh, is it just maybe just a direct to screenplay?
That'd be cool if it was just a screenplay, because then you don't have to read the book and be disappointed.
I agree. That's why if I know a movie's coming out, I'll see the movie first.
This is true.
Steven, any thoughts on Harry Potter and this
I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I think I tried to watch like the first four movies, and I just couldn't get through them all. So I don't know about the whole prequel thing, but I don't know. It could be good, maybe.
All right. Moving on to Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
Which ones of who's caught up on this show right now? Okay, good. We're going to talk about it here in a second. So James Earl Jones is going to reprise his role as Darth Vader on Rebels. Me, as somebody who watched the first episode and more or less I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest thing I ever watched, but it wasn't the worst thing I ever watched. It was enjoyable. It passed an hour perfectly. Um, I mean, I would like to see Vader be what Vader was supposed to be, you know? So in the cartoon, if they make Vader who he was supposed to be, I'm down. I want to see it.
Do
I'm
it. It's a
excited
kids
to see it.
cartoon.
He can kill Aladdin or whatever because Aladdin has to die. I mean,
Everyone has to die.
he's not in the movie. So, yeah, Philip and Max, what are your thoughts on Star Wars Rebels? We'll go to Philip first.
Um, so so the first one was really cool. This one was okay. It had some cool throwback moments. Like I love the R2D2 and C3PO. You know, ended up on how they end up on Alderaan. They explained that little piece. So that was kind of cool fanfare. Otherwise, it really didn't catch my attention like the first one did. Yeah, I don't know if I really have much more to say, to be honest. I just can't find the depth. Maybe I'll let Max go, and maybe I can expand a little bit.
Oh, Max is going to tear this show. I can see it in his eyes. Go ahead, Max.
It sucked. I watched the episode. It was bad. But I mean, again, it's for kids. They have to throw R2D2 and 3PO in there because apparently they're the most beloved characters from Star Wars of all time. And I was actually kind of sad to see them in this episode. Vader, as far as Vader being Vader, as the show goes on, there's no way that happens. There's no way that happens because it's a kids show, and they can't show Vader murdering hundreds of people just to prove a point, or it's like, okay, well, you know what, I'm just gonna kill everybody. You can't do that. So as far as James Earl Jones goes, ecstatic about that. Awesome. Glad the man's still getting work. Love to hear that voice. It's great that they're staying authentic. But, if this was, an anime, or if this was something on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, or, the Toonami or something like that, then I might be more inclined to give it a little more faith. But this is on Disney XD, and I think that says everything.
Nice. Yeah. I guess I'm in the same boat as you, Max. I mean, I didn't hate the show. I thought it was okay, and I thought they lost a lot of what they had in the first episode, which was a little bit more intrigue and a little bit of kind of like what's going on. And this one, there was nothing. There was nothing for you to care about.
No, the genie never shows up. The carpet never shows up. Jasmine never shows up. You're just like, okay, well, why am I watching now?
Yep. That's kind of how I felt, and so I have a little bit of a different view on Vader. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. That's kind of where my intrigue is coming from. I'm excited for Drones because I love that voice. I'm in the same boat as you, but I'm intrigued to see where they go because they can't kill people, but they kind of hinted at it in the show to this, or no, whenever it came out, Monday, I think. Basically that a ton of people died. Like whatever, I don't remember. You have that other guy that's like a humanoid beast thing.
Yeah,
basically the Empire wiped out.
Murdered.
Yeah, exactly. So they can talk about it. They can't really show it.
No, I mean like they can do off-camera stuff. They can do like force crushing as long as it's a robot or a guy in a suit. No, I mean like this is just what they're going to show you, and you're not going to see any blood or anything like that. But you can see some things. But even with that, I don't like Disney is not the one who's going to push the buttons and like have Darth Vader go and be a badass. That's not their MO.
Probably.
All right. Well, moving on to The Flash, which all four of us, I believe, has seen. So my thoughts on the second episode was it more or less maintained everything that I enjoyed about the first. There was some extremely cheesy, by-the-numbers dialogue between the villains in the middle of the episode. I like the end. I saw it coming. It seems like with the Flash to me is one of those shows that's fun to watch, but it's awesome when you're cleaning because you don't need to sit in front of the TV and watch every moment because if you do, it'll probably make you sad. You can, do a couple things, you catch the action, you catch the show. As long as you're there for the last 2 minutes, you get the serialized part of the show.
Oh, I see.
And so I like I said, I'm in. I like the show. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. It's not like Shield and Arrow where you have to stare at the television or you'll get lost. It's just fun TV. So yeah. Who wants to go next? Steven, Flash.
Okay. I don't know what it is about the Flash, but it's neither astonishing or horrible.
It's on the CW.
It doesn't seem like it's taking necessarily an Arrow approach where they have like an end goal at the end of the season that I can see so far, other than the dude in the wheelchair being the Yellow Flash. But I don't know. From what I get from it, it seems a lot more like they're taking the Smallville approach, where he's just gonna kind of beat the freak of the week, and at the end they'll have something to put some kind of storyline together. But there's gonna probably be a lot more. They can do a lot with it, but it just doesn't necessarily seem very story driven right now. It just seems kind of like they're rushing more to making you see the Flash do what the Flash does, which is run fast and save people and stuff like that.
And he's pretty good with the quips,
Yeah.
traditionally.
Yeah, and hitting on his sister too, his stepsister.
Hey, man, they're not blood. He's black. You can tell.
Philip, we haven't really heard any of your thoughts on the Flash as a whole yet. So, what do you think?
So I really loved the first episode. I actually enjoy the show a lot. Like, you're right. You don't have to watch it continuously. I mean, there are moments where it lags because it doesn't know how to fill the moments where the Flash is being the Flash or something's happening to him, or it doesn't know how to fill those moments in between. It's trying to build the relationship between him and his, I guess, stepfather. I don't know, whatever. The Detective West. Or no, is it West? I don't remember.
Surrogate father.
Surrogate
I
father.
guess.
There you go. That's the right word choice. And they're trying to build that kind of relationship, and then kind of make it awkward between him and try and build up that relationship with what's her name? Alice? No. Iris. Yeah, and try to make that kind of awkward, which is okay, but I don't know. That's the piece that I think they're trying to figure out. But like the cool scenes are awesome. I mean, it's a ton of fun. It's kind of stuff that you kind of at first when I saw Arrow, I was like, oh, okay, so they're not doing that at all. And then now I'm wondering if they're going to start to introduce some of this. But we'll have to see. I'm kind of curious to see if they introduce Gorilla Grodd. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how far they are going to push this. Like, if they go all the way, this is going to be awesome. But otherwise, it's an okay show. Max?
Dude, no, it's good. They better bring Grodd in. I mean, like they're going. You can tell they're going all out because they're already messing around with time travel. They threw the Grodd cage in there. I mean, they don't care. Like they're like the Flash. It's the Flash. Like I mean, he's definitely one of the weirder. The Flash is actually probably the most powerful person in the Justice League because he can travel through time. So, when you play around with the Flash, it's really, you got to watch how powerful you make him. Like, he can vibrate his molecules through walls, so he can just, come and go in any place he wants. And in Iris in the comic books is his wife, I believe. I think they get married at some point in time. Yes. So, yeah. So there's that. So that stuff's gonna happen. The scientist guy is not actually the Reverse Flash. Fong, the Detective Pretty Boy, that is the Reverse Flash's name. in the comic books. So, that's what I found weird is that they have the scientists kind of, doing seeing all the future and whatnot, but that's not the Reverse Flash. And, so we're going to see where it goes. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but there's a few things where I'm just like, oh, come on, guys, like, what are you doing? But I liked when the Flash is passing out because he needs to eat so much to keep his strength up. Like, I'm glad they said that because that's one of the things he really doesn't have to worry about. The Flash is constantly eating because he goes through so much. His metabolism is so high that he has to do that or he will die. And there's little things that they definitely hit the right note. So as far it's on the CW, so and as far as that goes, I'm pretty pleased with it. And as far as the kind of continuing storyline that you're looking for, I think that they're just having a lot of fun right now. There's still, Arrow's the last few seasons have been at least 22 episodes or something like that. So there's plenty of time for a story to develop. We're only 2 episodes into this thing, and they're just trying to introduce you to the characters. So it's I think it's good. I'm not gonna hate on it too much because it's on the CW, and to get any sort of quality from the CW is to be commended.
Max and I have watched the YouTube show Nightwing. The first episode had some pretty good choreographed fights for a fan-made television show. The second episode went in a little cheesy direction, and then I thought the third episode was pretty good again. Overall, it's better than Gotham, in my honest opinion.
That's because they know what to do. They just made it 15 minutes. If they made Gotham 15 minutes, it'd be a lot better.
That's true. I definitely recommend checking it out. I will put the link on our Facebook page later this evening so everybody can watch it. It's a lot of fun. Max, your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. Come on. This is a bunch of dudes making this. This is even worse than the CW because the CW's got at least a little bit of money. This is just guys doing it for fun. And, no, I'm down. I could be on the Nightwing show. That's how good it it's 15 minutes, really short. The acting is terrible. The action is okay. But for a bunch of people who just decided to make a Nightwing show, it's very, very well done.
All right. We'll move on to Arrow. Steven and Philip have watched it. Max and I have not yet. So, Philip, take the reins.
Nice. So I haven't entirely finished it. I've missed sections, but I've at least caught the gist of it. So Arrow, I have to say, so far this year has been okay. I'm not as enthralled as I was, and so the first season was awesome. The second season, I still actually could get behind. I know Max wasn't a huge fan of the fact that he became less of a killer, but I actually kind of understood that disillusionment of trying to figure out who and what he is. But this season, I'm not really sure where they're trying to go. And I think it's intriguing what they're trying to do with the Thea storyline, with the Sarah storyline, basically how she disappears almost as quickly as she comes back. And I don't know. I don't really understand where they're trying to take him or the rest of the show. I do love the flashbacks to Hong Kong. That's kind of cool. And that's the piece of Arrow that I really do enjoy is those flashbacks and how they're able to tie some of those together.
What?
You're not a fan of the flashbacks?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Steven, but there's always more flashbacks. They're always like, "Oh yeah, this happened," and this, every season there's going to be, "Oh yeah, but before I came home, I spent some time in Hong Kong now,
until season 5.
Las Vegas next week." Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. This flashback mess. They need to just decide what happened when he was gone. Decide what happened, and then keep to that. Not like, "Oh yeah, I won the lottery, and then I spent a year abroad, and then I decided to come home."
Steven, you're getting a kick out of Max's rant. What are your thoughts on this week's Flash or the series as a whole?
Arrow. We're on Arrow.
Are you upset that the Flash or the Arrow is
Arrow.
going to Alaska next month?
um, I have to agree with Max on that one. The flashbacks in the beginning of like the first two seasons, they incorporated Deathstroke. So I think that's why everybody cared so much to even pay attention to the flashbacks in the first place was because it was Deathstroke bringing up Green Arrow on the island where he was stranded and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Hong Kong doesn't really do it for me. I don't know why he's there, and you know he has to go back to the island at some point because that's where the first episode starts off. So I don't really know what the end game is with that one. The season so far, third season so far, I'd have to say is pretty good. They're keeping up with the good writing, I think. Arrow is obviously a badass all the time. It seems a lot more of like a group effort now, though, than it is just about him, which I don't necessarily like as much. Black Canary comes in and out as she sees fit, but now that Sarah's dead, I think Laurel's going to be a Black Canary before the season ends.
Oh God, I hope not.
I I read something where they've already started fitting the actress for a mask and everything, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. But I'd like to see a couple people actually leave the team and watch him get back to doing things a little bit on his own. I still have no idea what happened to the list. Like the list was just kind of forgotten about altogether. Like, did he ever finish the list? Does it exist? Did he get everyone?
No, there was a flashback where he was in Hong Kong and he lost it.
Okay, well, I'd like to see something happen with that. I can't assume that he took down every single person on like this 900-page list already. So I'm still excited for it. Kind of like the Flash. I just want to see what happens by the end, where they take it, how they set up the new season. Um, I'm kind of excited to see who the end villain is, like who's really gonna give him the most trouble by the end of the season. But I'm trying to think here. I'll come back to it, but yeah, someone else can
Um,
go.
I got a question though. Is the Red Arrow in this second episode at all, and is he still awesome?
Yeah, he is, and he is still awesome. He's pretty cool, but I don't know. I'd still like to see Green Arrow go back to him doing it alone. Maybe if he just left for a little bit, kind of like Thea. Maybe if he goes looking for Thea and does his own thing, that'd be kind of cool for them to come back to. But actually, remember, I don't want to see Vertigo anymore. I've seen Vertigo like 17 times already. I don't want to see him anymore.
Yes.
We get the point. It's a drug that makes people lose their shit, and yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird. It's weird how they did that, you know, because Vertigo in the comic books is a person, not a drug, and you know, is a foreign person from some like Eastern European country, and he's a diplomat, and yada yada. He's Count Vertigo, and it's it's weird how like they tried to do it for TV. They tried to make it acceptable because it's kind of no, it's kind of hokey, but. They absolutely ruined it, and then now they keep on trying to because Count Vertigo is one of Green Arrow's main villains. They try to keep dragging it out and playing it out. I did like I love the actor who was in the first episode with the Vertigo. He's great. So I was happy to see him, but. Yeah, with the Vertigo, they kind of ruined it, and I agree. They didn't just drop it, like just
Yeah.
just get rid of it, like
There's got to be somebody else selling drugs, and
yeah, or some other drug. I mean, like people gotta do other drugs, right? I mean, I don't know, but I mean, like people don't just smoke crack, right? There's other drugs.
That's true.
I think you have a point, Max.
That's all I've got on my topic list for today. Philip, you said you had a couple things. I know Max does.
Yeah, so I just got one. Has anyone else seen Blacklist? Anyone
I
else
don't
watch
watch
it?
that show.
I have not yet. I'm going to get caught up on it because I've heard.
You need to
enough
watch it, Max.
about
You
it.
hate now, but you will enjoy it if you watch it from the beginning.
I seriously doubt that. I mean, if you want to bet on that, we can, but I'm seriously doubting that.
Max,
That's
didn't you lose a bet about the OC once?
No, I didn't lose the bet. I won that bet. I had to sit through that whole season of bullcrap.
I thought you watched all 4 seasons.
No. I watched one season because someone bet me that I couldn't, and I did. No. They bet me that I couldn't watch the whole season and still hate the show, and I absolutely still hated it after.
Oh, well, that's a horrible bet, because if you want to hate, you can hate.
Well, I mean, when it's terrible, it's not hard.
But even if it's good, if you want to win the bet, you can still hate.
No. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, if it's something I like, then then I'll want to watch it some more. But no, OC is terrible, and I'm just not giving Blacklist the time of day. So maybe I'll poke around the first season and see what's up. But I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, why don't we watch it? Because I haven't seen it yet. We'll watch it the next time you're over.
Anyways, yeah, Spader is really good in that. That's the main reason, and he plays a great. And it's funny because, and I think this is going to be a turnoff for some people that want a black and white show, is he plays gray so well. He will constantly flip in the show of, or he's helping him out. Oh wait, no, he's in it for himself. Oh wait, but he just did this. What is he? Is he for? Is he against us? And that's the part that really is intriguing. And that's the. Otherwise, yes, it is kind of basically, criminal of the week, more or less. He gives them a list, but it always ties in to a deeper goal of his, which is actually more interesting instead of just the usual anything. But anyways, the last episode was good. They've kept it up. It's definitely not gotten better, not gotten worse. It stayed the same as the first season. So if you like the first season, definitely keep watching. Then my other topic is apparently the Clowns of America International, which I don't know why they added international at the end.
Clowns of America International, that's great. I didn't even know that. These clowns are hilarious.
Yes, exactly. They are slightly unhappy with the American Horror Story portrayal of clowns, which I can understand from their perspective because he's a scary-ass clown.
I mean, that is a for real scary clown. I would have to 100% agree with you on that one. I haven't even watched the second episode of American Horror Story because I'm so scared of the clown from the first episode. But no, I really want to see the press conference where Bobo the clown comes out, and sad clown face. We, the Clowns of America International, are not happy with American Horror Story's depiction of clowns. I give you a break. That would be on the news everywhere. YouTube sensation. If they haven't done it yet, they need to. And no, that's great. Bobo the Clown speaks for all clowns in America and internationally, apparently. And I'm waiting to see it. But do you think he's going to do sad face, or would he go ironically happy face clown?
I'm gonna go ironically happy.
It better end with ICP doing a concert.
Oh God.
Clown awareness.
That would just be the worst possible thing to happen.
Ronald McDonald will be throwing chicken McNuggets at everybody in the crowd.
There we go. Spraying Faygo and chicken McNuggets.
Nice.
Oh.
Faygo does not endorse ICP. Don't throw that out there.
Oh man, that you can't write anything better than that.
No,
Max, what do you got for us this evening?
Did we talk about Shield? There was a new episode of Shield. I'm sorry. Did anyone else watch Shield?
Yes, I watch it.
Jason, did you miss it?
I missed it. I'm not caught up. I'm fail.
Steven, did you not watch Shield either?
Nope.
Well, you guys are just so terribly awesome. No, I mean, Shield is. I think it's still doing good. I'm still liking it. It's solid. It was cool to see May fight herself in this one. They took a page out of Orphan Black, and it was pretty cool. It was a good episode. I'm still liking what they're doing, and yeah, it's on TV, and can only be so good, but. I'm digging it. I'm full on digging Shield, and it's a complete 180 from the same spot in last season.
Oh God, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I kept watching is because I kept hoping each week last year it's gonna get better. It's got to get better.
Please make
There's
it better,
just-
please.
There's so much Marvel stuff. Just throw something in there. Give me something. And then now it's just like, wow, it's like jam packed. It's full of stuff now. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, what happened? But that's cool. I'm not gonna argue.
Captain America happened.
Yeah, not gonna complain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so good job, fellas. Keep up the good work. But, all right, so other than that, I just wanted to talk real quick about Wonder Woman 77. It's the new Wonder Woman digital comic that's going to be coming out here in December, and I think they're going to actually have it printed a little bit after that. They usually run the digital for a few issues before they start printing them. But I'm not excited about this. People got crazy excited about Batman 66 when it came out, and that's all well and good because Batman 66 was, it's very high camp, but it's, very beloved, and it's really bad in a good way. But Wonder Woman 77, I don't think it has that same feel to it. I think it was just plain bad, and I'm not really excited about this one. I don't know how it's going to do. So I don't know if it's just more Wonder Woman hype because they're releasing the movie, or if they're just trying to ride the coattails of the Batman 66. But I'm not feeling this one. I don't think that it's going to be that great. Anybody weigh in on that?
I don't know much about that.
I don't either.
Me neither.
Steven? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But if you go no, everybody knows what you're talking about. Batman 66. You could not find someone to tell you what the Wonder Woman theme song was. But, no, I mean, I'm just I'm pretty underwhelmed by it, and I think they're gonna try to overhype it. And GoGameIsland.com, GoGameIsland.com. This episode is brought to you by GoGameIsland.com.
Well, just to recap,
GoGameIsland.com.
the last day of Comic-Con in Ohio, the OhioCon, Max and I will be doing our comic book club podcast. This is where we read a couple comic books and then we get together and discuss it with other people that are into comic books, just like a book club. We will be broadcasting that from the last day of Comic-Con. Like we said, we still don't have a time set. We're going to do it towards the end of the day in case we get kicked out. We don't miss any of the convention because we are going to set up like in the middle of everything so people see us. Max and I will be giving away prizes all weekend. Come and find us. Probably a couple things a day. So definitely it's worth looking for us. We will be broadcasting live on November 7th from VGMX on Hard Road in Powell, Ohio. I definitely recommend coming. Philip will be there too. It'll be via some form of satellite. We have to work out some bugs, but it'll be a lot of fun. They do Friday Night Magic, so we'll interview some of the Magic people there. We'll do our normal Thursday cast. We'll do it that Friday instead of Thursday. So yeah, I mean that's everything that's coming down the pipes. We will be live again next Monday at 9 p.m. Definitely check us out. Anything to add, guys?
GoGameIsland.com.
Good night.